Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, September the 19th. So I've got the S&P up here. We had another day today. Let me clear this up a little bit. We'll start with the S&P. We had another day where, it looks pretty wild, gap up, down, way up, down, all over the place, and then, ended up kind of where we started. I pointed this out several times in the last, couple of weeks. It's very interesting. If you look, we opened at 2906 and we closed at 2907. So, this looks like a lot of craziness going on, and it's really just complete chop, right? Now, let me back out here, of course, to a 20-day chart. And we've been talking about this theme for a while. It's been going on after we bounced off this 2854 level, kind of ran all the way up. This is all-time high, right? And then we started this stair-stepping program down, hit the 200-day there, and we've been stair-stepping back up. And then we kind of, I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, that was China trade fears and that kind of thing. But the the trend is still higher. So, this is kind of played out like we expected it to. Doesn't mean it's easy to trade because, you never know. But, we thought this would come down, this would hold somewhere, somewhere around here would hold, and then we'd resume the rally back up. Now, the next question is, when do we get back here to the all-time high? And can we break it, and do we hit it, bounce off, or do we break it and continue even higher? And that's the million-dollar question that I do not know. But at this point, everything still looks bullish. There's nothing that makes me think any differently yet. We've got the Fed coming up that next week with a pending rate hike. The financials took off today ahead of that. Industrials did well today, etc. So, we should continue higher. I will say this, and it's easier to see out here, and you guys know I like to focus on the S&P. I'm getting a little more nervous. I've been bullish here. I'm getting a little more nervous here. Thinking that we might hit that and bounce off and make another run at it, bounce off, make another run at, bounce off before finally getting through. And even the levels that I'm looking at here, 29.65, that's kind of the, at this point in time, based on what I see, that's kind of the upper end of what I would expect. Now, we do have earnings coming up in about a month. That can make things a whole lot better or not. So we need to be aware of that. But again, this trend has been higher. I think it continues, but expect normal retracement. And again, once you come up to the all-time highs here and bump through it, that's happened. Notice this. And the reason I say that, notice this. So this was 2,800, right? Check this out. How many times we approached it there, Of course, we went through it here, and then this used to be the old all-time high. My new acronym, OATH. And then 2,800 here, 2,800 here, 2,800 here. It took a long time to get back through that. So, and we kind of did the same thing. Here's 2,850. Boom, boom, boom. So I guess that's the point. Do we get through this, or do we kind of come back before retesting again? And again, I don't know. The reason that's important is in the next couple of weeks, obviously next, maybe even days, we'll know. But the higher we go, and if we can't break through that, I will get a little more, I'll be a little less bullish, put it that way, at least in the shorter time frames. Longer time frame, I'm still thinking we're going higher. We might get to 3,000. I'm considering putting on like something like a butterfly around 3,000 for the end of the year. But I wouldn't commit a lot of capital to it at this point, but I think it's a concept to consider. But anyway, that's kind of where we are right now. Real quickly, NASDAQ had a so-so day today. Amazon was down. We have come down off that high, and we are just chop, 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 chop here. Now I think, you know, we will get a boost with earnings, assuming that Apple does good, and Amazon and Google and Netflix and all that kind of stuff. And we know that's a card toss, you know, card game, whatever, coin toss at this point. But again, I'd want to play the NASDAQ to the upside, not the downside. Lastly, let's look at the rut. Kind of same thing. Come down, consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. I want to be more of a buyer here than a seller. I've got an alert here at 1650. That was my prior low that I thought we might retouch. We did not get back there then, and I thought we might come down here. We didn't. I thought we might come down here. We didn't. I really don't know that we're going to get much lower than this. But again, I have a couple of trades on in the rut, and they are neutral to bullish, nothing bearish on the rut at this point. So again, just kind of wanted to update everybody on where the indexes are and what I expect. As always, we always say this. I think the other content providers say the same thing. You know, obviously want to be careful, and things can change on a dime with a Trump tweet or China news or any kind of thing like that can, you know, make us gap one with the other. But again, the trend is higher. Nothing here suggests anything differently. So we keep playing it to the upside. And by the way, I'll mention, I don't want to go into it, but if you have not seen the cannabis stocks, take a look at them. They were doing wild things today. The stock was $20. This was 2 months ago, $20, and it hit $300 today. So beware. I'm not saying get in these. I'm saying watch them for amusement. I think this has got trouble written all over it. If you can get in and you're nimble and you can trade them, that's one thing. But in my opinion, I don't think this is going to be something that I want to buy and hold for 5 years, because you might end up being like a cryptocurrency type situation. Still early to tell, but this is way overdone. So just be careful. And all the other ones are it's kind of the same way. So anyway, just want to give you a heads up on that. But hope this helps. Don't really have a specific trade today because we're still kind of in limbo. But want to give you an update on the markets. Hope this helps, makes sense. And I will see you guys next time in the trading room. We'll try to find some trades. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Take care.